Hello there, welcome to bitparade.co.uk's look at The Fall, which is it's an indie game on Steam that came out a month or so ago, I think, possibly just before the sale or just after the sale. And for some reason, it's just got a bit more attention the past week or so. I saw it mentioned on Twitter 2 weeks ago, picked it up, played it myself, and I believe then Giant Bomb have done a video of it as well. So I've sort of missed the boat a little bit with this, but um, yeah, it's an interesting game, and it's one that's I don't think it's going to get a lot of coverage, but I do suspect it will turn up on other platforms probably before the end of the year. I'd have thought. Yeah, so I actually tried just recording another video and accidentally stopped the audio recording. So this is not the bit that I wanted to show you, and I can't restart the checkpoint, which is a bit annoying. Um, so I've shown a bit more of the game than I intended to. Let's move away from there. So you are Arid, battle suit AI, or the AI in a battle suit. Her primary objective is to keep a pilot safe, or one of her primary objectives. She got damaged from a fall. The fall, like she fell from space, basically, and her. Let's see if I open up the operating parameters, the OS. Uh, Her health monitor is damaged, and so she knows the pilot's injured because he's not in control of the suit, but she doesn't know how badly. So she needs to get him to a health bay or something like that, some medical facility. So that's where, if you see on the bottom part, I can't sort of go to it, but this bit in between here, she has three operating parameters: must not misrepresent reality, i.e., must not lie; must be obedient, which is one she breaks quite a lot actually, but she breaks it because she must protect active pilot. That's her foremost objective. So, or primary function, whatever. So she can't. She has to act to keep the pilot alive, which is where this stuff comes in. So, at the start of the game, you don't have a network interface, you don't have a camouflage system, you don't have antimatter shielding. Oh, actually, you do kind of at the start of the game. That's the first one that appears. If I click on, let's say, power assist movement, let's say motion accelerator. Access restricted. An organic superior officer is required to permit access. Automatic override will occur if this subsystem is required to prevent pilot death. So, if at some point I need the motion accelerator to dodge out of the way of something, then I will have it unlocked, or I will have to access it through the OS, which is a nice touch that you have to kind of come into the OS to activate it. They could have done a bit more with that, but I guess, how much is practical. There's weirdness going on this planet. There's these crucifixes that usually have humans attached to them. So, and there's no humans left. There's just these AIs, other AIs, and security bots and stuff. So we are currently in a testing facility because I have been deemed faulty because my pilot can't confirm my primary function. My primary function to keep my pilot alive because my pilot is in critical condition. So, yeah, the caretaker for this facility is deemed me to be faulty, and so it wants to shut me down. The administrator AI has found a loophole because he can't break the rules. Otherwise he's faulty. But if I were to be recycled as a sort of a domestic droid rather than this military suit, then all of a sudden I'm not, I'm okay to carry on. I'm not faulty. I can do this stuff. So that's what we're doing. We need to get 8 merits. I think I've got 2. I will be about to get another one in a minute. I sort of ashamed that I've spoiled one of these. So. Or so I've not set one of these up properly, but that's the let's show you this stuff. So if you want to interact with something, you've got this torch, which is your weapon. You sort of see it sort of hovers over. Small power generator has been switched off, so I can try to interact with it. Let's see what happens. So I've now got this stuff above me working. There's 4 downstairs, which we'll go and look at now, and 4 upstairs. I've now got power to the upstairs ones. So I'm not going to read this. I'll leave all this sort of stuff. I'll just sort of rush through some of these. But yeah, like I say, if you don't want any of this spoiling, just don't. Simple, just don't watch it. You know, this computer terminal told me how to do something. We're going to need to do it in a minute. In fact, I sort of know how to do it now. So this will show you one of the tasks that I've got to do is beautification. Basically, it's a room where there's some flower. Oh, there wasn't flowers. So I've done that bit myself. I need to make it suitable for the human to live in, and he's not happy with my solution. So you can see current setting. You see at the bottom, summer, pink. So that's the issue I got. I got the flowers, sorted that out, but they're the wrong colour for this season. And it says that, let's see where it is. The system date is set via direct uplink to the facility's mainframe. If this connection is broken, the date can be set manually from this terminal. So there's a wire, networking wire. There's some large wire cutters, and that's how you interact with things. So I can now go in and set this. We'll do it. So I apologise. This is going to be a spoiler, but yeah, we're a few areas, like 3 areas into the game, I guess you could say. There's sort of an initial area, then there's a bit in between, and then this. So manually set date. So there we go. I'll leave these. Won't give too much away of those. So as well as this torch with the right trigger, because I'm using a controller at the minute, I have a gun, and you have to sort of charge it up a bit. That pipe was weak. That was one of the sort of identifiers that it said. So let's show you this. Actually, I can't do this one, I don't think. Maybe we can.
Keeping a home clean will be one of your primary functions. Clean this room. Any detected dust will result in termination.
So this, as you can see, this room is really dusty. I've actually passed this one. I'm not going to show you how to do it. But what happens if you can't get rid of the dust? Let me just say that now. You can't get rid of it. So I won't show you how to solve it, but
Dust detected. Unit
I
terminated.
failed, so I'm going to be terminated. Only it can't do it. I'm too heavy to be terminated. It usually gives you a bit of an animation as well. This is, yeah, some of the wrongness that's going on. So another body, the corpse is older and has been decayed. Oh, sorry, and has decayed significantly. So this is the other task in here. There is a crying baby, and I need to calm them.
Humans should not concern themselves with basic needs. This room will test your ability to assess and meet your human's requirements when they do not know what they want. An upset baby will emerge from the crib. Without physical contact, comfort the child to make it stop crying. You have 20 seconds per attempt, and multiple attempts are permitted.
So you can talk to the AI. The AI is just in sort of robot mode. You can actually, if you talk to him a little bit.
Can you
talk to him a
assist
bit, see
me
what
with
he
this
says.
challenge?
You have been provided with sufficient. How would a military
There
droid
you go,
make
sort of
someone
switches to more
quiet?
human. So we'll
I
initiate
am
the
ready
test.
to proceed with this test.
Crying baby.
Keeping a home clean will be one of your primary.
So you remember that pipe that I
I
broke
have completed
just?
the task.
Evaluating. Processing. Dust detected. Unit terminated. Processing.
That's how you
Crying.
stop a baby crying. It actually does explain why that works.
Validated. Merit point awarded.
So yeah, so I've got another merit point. I think we've done. Oh no, we haven't done all of them down here. Let's go do the other one. So I was trying to describe this game to someone the other day, and I asked. Well, I said to them like, "Oh, did you play Flashback, or It's like Flashback, and they'd never played Flashback,
Androids must
which
be
was
preemptively aware
a
of what
disgrace. But they're
Malaysian masters
a
feel
few years younger than me, so.
Humans enjoy personalizing their habitats.
But that's kind of what this reminds me of. Oh, it's a mix between the Swapper and Flashback. So it feels like a point-and-click game.
Inappropriate flowers detected.
How lovely. Makes one happy to be alive.
Validated. Merit point awarded.
So we've got all the merit points up here. I don't want to show too many more because I've now shown 2 of them. I wonder if there'll be any combat up here. So yeah, there is a bit of combat, which is why it's not so much like a point and click. What's that? Maybe not.
The civic portion of your examination will test your capacities in unfamiliar and less predictable interactions. Remember, all humans are your superior, not only those who own your serial code and kill switch.
Does this process require acquisition of all possible merit points?
Yep, 8 of 8. 4 domestic, then 4 more from these civic tests. Once you've got them all, I can let you through to the medical equipment.
So yeah, it isn't. So let's just say that this. I don't know what. Yeah, I guess it's too spoilery. One of the things that I didn't sort of factor in, the facility is quite small. The facility that you're in, the game, if you like. So it doesn't all take place in this testing facility, but the entire game is fairly small, and so I didn't really factor in that you might have to go back to an area, and that just because I'd moved on from an area I wasn't doing one thing anymore. It didn't mean that I was done. I think no, there's nothing going to attack me here. So I don't want to show any of these really. I could get into a fight if I go there, but that's a massive spoiler, so I won't show any more really. So yeah, like I say, you can see, sometimes you can see sort of movement in the background and things, and this is cover. I shouldn't be sat there because that thing's poisonous. There is a cover-based system and things for if the robots are out and attacking. That guy's horrific as well, the look on him. Yeah, so like I say, it's kind of a point and click, and as I was saying, going between areas, I sort of didn't. I played it over a couple of nights, or 2 nights, 3 nights, and that was one of the problems I had, was that I think if I played it all in one sitting, it would have felt like one area a bit more, and it's not that long, it's only maybe 4 hours or something, so I probably could have played it in one sitting, but it's the kind of game that I sort of struggle to sit and play in one sitting. Point and clicks now, you can get a bit frustrated, and one of the things that I've always had a problem with point and click games, I know this isn't technically a point and click, but it kind of is that you have these lulls, and you don't. I think it's a difficult balance, because I think if you don't have them, then it becomes too easy, it becomes too rote. It becomes, you go to point 1, do A and B, solve it, move on to the next one, solve it, move on to the next one, solve it, move on to the next one. You kind of want to have to, get something from this thing that solves this thing, that lets you open this bit, which then lets you go back and open that first bit to solve that first thing, and then and it reminded me of the first, Monkey Island, the I forget who it was that made them, this thingy. People who did Walking Dead, I want to say Telltale, and it isn't Telltale. Or it is Telltale, yeah, whatever. They have that issue where you basically, on episode 1 at least, you walk right through the island before you meet everyone, you talk to everyone, you kind of get the questions, if you like, each puzzle at the start of it, and then you start solving the puzzles, and once you start solving one, it sort of goes quite quickly after that. You solve the next one, the next one, the next one, it's like because you've seen everything, you kind of, okay, I know where this is going to go now, and it picks up the pace, and it's great when it does that. And that's what this is like. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit of this one, just to keep talking, really, or keep showing something. So yeah,
Who's that there? Is it you?
you have these lulls where you can't do anything for a while, and then
Playground. Walk in front of these cars so he'll stop for me.
so I can direct. She wants to go to the playground. The playground's in the other
The
way,
playground is in the other direction.
and that's what happens if you fail. But I'm too heavy
Human
to
is
get
always
sucked up
right,
into it.
even when they're stupid, especially when.
So she basically I have to do what she says, and she wants me to take her across the
Who's that
street.
there? Is it you? And help an old lady. Walk in front of these cars so he'll stop for me.
Follow me. It is safe.
So the track's broken. I can't fix it. It sort of tells me I can't. It's, you know. So we need to find another way to fix it. I know how to, but I don't want it to show anymore. But this is what I mean. You can. Now I'm up here and this bit's open. I can. Yeah. So this area kind of you solve things quite quickly once you get the things you need. The solution to one puzzle, say this one, will solve one, and that'll solve something else, it all fits together, and it's a great game when it does that. Really like the look of it, I really like the tone of it, that it's a bit, it's not a horror as such, but it is. I mean, it's there's corpses hung up on crucifixes, it is kind of a horror. But it's not, jump scares and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, it's just, like I say, it's just the lulls of it. It's just when it dies down, it can be a bit frustrating, and it can be a bit hard to... So these sort of icons, they don't always... You can miss them quite easily. You can be scanning the environment, and it sort of shows up... Once you've already got them, it sort of shows up quickly. But it doesn't always, and they can be up at the top, and you won't know to look there, and... Yeah, so I don't want to do anymore. But this guy as well, he looks like if you ever watched Monkey Dust, he looks like the guy from Monkey Dust, Clive, I think his name was. So yeah, like it's a weird game in that it is a sort of the touch base for it, like Flashback and games like that, and then the swapper in terms of tone, and you sort of feel for them. And something I was saying before is you sort of feel for them a little bit that the swapper came along, because it sort of stole their thunder a little bit in terms of tone and look, and this sort of adventure game, desolate space horror sort of thing. But at the same time, that you then have a game as good as the swapper to reference. So, oh, if you like this, then you'll like... if you like the swapper, then you'll like this. Is no bad thing for them. I think it probably helps them. Two games that look this similar, but they do play quite differently. So I can understand that maybe, look, I don't need another one of these games, but it is different enough to justify itself, I think. But yeah. Anyway, there'll be a proper review up on the site once I've written it. I don't actually know what score I'm gonna give it yet, because now I've finished the game, the frustrations have kind of gone, and I remember the end of the game plays well and has a good story, and that's why I sort of take away from it. I don't think it's as good as people have made out. There's people that talk about it like it's the second coming, something, it's this life-changing game, and I don't think it's that good. But it is good. I'm glad I played it. It's I don't think the puzzles are too hard as long as you have all the information, as long as you haven't missed anything, and you've explored everywhere. It can be a little difficult to know whether you've explored everywhere, or if you've just missed something, or if you're being stupid. Not that you're being stupid if you don't solve some of the puzzles. Some of them are quite, well, one or two of them are a little bit obtuse, but mostly that they get that right. It's just a matter of not knowing that there's more information available to you. So yeah, it's part 1 of 3, I believe. I don't know that I need another one, but not because it's a bad game, just it ends well. But I would probably play another one, especially for this, some of the problems I have with this. But But yeah, for a more detailed review, go and visit bitparade.co.uk, and there will be at some point this week a review up. But yeah, I wish I could have shown you more. I intended to do an earlier section, but I don't want to show you how to do all this stuff. But the solution to this one's great. Really, really like this, and it took me. It's the last one I did in this area, and that was a bit frustrating because I could have done it sooner. I didn't realise. Again, something I just walked past. I just missed this fairly obvious thing, and not knowing that I'd missed it meant I sort of went around the same areas over and over and over. There must be something I can do. There must be something here. There must be something. And no, it's just one thing. And when I looked it up, straight away got it, solved it, no problem. But yeah, that's like I say, that's one of my issues with it, and it happens a few times. But it's still, you know, if you're, as long as you're not too proud to, if you don't miss anything, it's not a problem. But if you do, then like I say, if you're not too proud to just go and have a quick look on a Steam guide or something, then you'll be alright, I think. But yeah, I recommend this. I do think it's good. I do think it's worth playing. I think the Swapper's out on PS4 next month, so maybe, you know, get this one done before the Swapper comes out, and or if, you know, play the Swapper and just know that this is worth your time as well. It's not as good, I don't think, but it's a different kind of game. And yeah, that's about it really. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Like if you liked, don't thumb down if you didn't, I guess. But yeah, like I say, come visit us at bitparade.co.uk, and yeah, this has been The Fall.